Hi, so I just wanted to give you some notes on this ventricular atrial purkinje graph of the action potential. One of the most important notes about this graph is that there's a long refractory period for these types of cells. Refractory, I can spell, maybe not. The refractory period, right? So what that means is that during a certain portion of this, basically from here, this portion of our graph to here, during all of this, right, this is going to be our absolute refractory period, right? And so what that means is that the cell is not able to become depolarized again, right? So it prevents another action potential occurring. So no action potential can occur, right? And so if no action potential can occur, right, we can't re-depolarize, we can't contract again. Why is this important? It's important because this prevents tetanus, right? What is tetanus, right? Tetanus is sustained contraction, right? So if we had tetanus, right, this guy is going to be fatal, right? We can't continuously sustain our ventricles from contracting. It's just not going to allow circulation to occur, right? And then the other thing that it actually does is it will prevent fatigue, right? We don't want our heart muscles to get tired. And then the last thing that it's going to do is it's going to allow filling of ventricles during distal or distally. All right. And then, so that's the most important thing. Another thing to know is that our resting membrane potential, right? RMP is stable, right? So this doesn't allow spontaneous action potential to occur, right? So there's no spontaneous sudden influx that can occur that will cause our heart muscles to contract unnecessarily without any stimulus, right? So sometimes our graph can look like this, especially when we talk about our SA and AV nodes, right? Our graph can start coming up like this, and it can actually trigger another action potential to suddenly occur. That is not going to happen in ventricle and atrial purkinje fibers because this resting membrane potential is stable. And then the last thing is that this kind of goes to 300 milliseconds, which is about double the amount of time of SA and AV nodes, and it's also much longer than skeletal muscles, right? So we have long duration, right? And compared to SA, AV nodes and skeletal muscle. Right, so those are kind of the important parts of our action potential. All right.